Hey guys, just a quick video, not a quality video by any sense, it's just very utilitarian. Some people have just asked for a few more comparisons with the Sage 5 and a couple of other knives, specifically the Chaparral and the Mannix too, but I'll roll in a few others and I'll just kind of show them all near each other, give you some idea of how they all line up, so stay tuned. Alright, so you've already seen the Sage 5 and the Spyderco Paramilitary 3. Kind of similar purpose knives, similar locks, similar sizes, similar weights. And a lot of Spydercos are fairly similar to a degree in terms of blade shape and all that sort of stuff as well. Let's look at it next to the Chaparral. So the Chaparral is a knife that looks a little bit like the Sage, and it has kind of the same features but shrunk down just a little bit in terms of the design features anyway. So you see they're both knives with having a forward finger choil, both have the similar sort of styled handle. Of course the Chaparral is a lock back knife and the Sage is a compression lock knife, but apart from that, yeah, I can definitely see how the Sage and the Chaparral could be seen as sort of fairly similar. The one point of difference, of course, and this is the difference between the Chaparral and most of the knives, is how thin that blade is. A really thin, really slicey blade. That is frankly one of the best cutters I think you can get at the moment, and this one's in CTS XHP, whereas this is obviously an S30V, which is, it's not a huge difference, but I do prefer the XHP. I don't really notice any real decrease in stainlessness either in the XHP, frankly. It's a pretty well balanced steel. So that's the Chaparral. It's got full stainless liners. They're drilled out, but they're all around the outside, and it has this steel backspacer as well. Both of them have the Spyderco wire clip. It's almost an identical wire clip. In fact, it probably is the identical wire clip, just it's in black on the Chaparral. The carbon fiber texture feels a little bit rougher on the Sage. It's a little bit smoother and frankly a little bit kind of shinier and generally nicer looking on the Chaparral. To me, they both look about the same from the side though. I'm not sure if this is also just a peel ply or if it is just a solid piece of CF. I don't know. So if you do know that, just let me know in the comments, and also how you know that, because it's one of those things I reckon you'd have to probably take the knife apart, and this isn't my knife, so I'm not taking it apart. So that's the Chaparral on the Sage. There's just a fair size difference. Blade's just a lot thinner. Lock and steel are obviously different, but yeah, it could very well be seen as like the little brother to this pattern, because even the handle shape getting pretty similar there, isn't it? Next up, we'll just show you the Mannix 2. This is another of Spyderco's kind of like forward finger choil, pretty ergonomic designs. This handle is slightly different. It's got sort of an extra wave or two in it, especially hooking around here at the back. Much sort of thicker, bigger knife in terms of blade and just in terms of its overall dimensions. But yeah, I guess in terms of how it fits in the hands and the general idea behind the grip and the blade, it's a fairly similar kind of pattern as well. So more pronounced here and here than the Sage. So this part here sticks down a little bit more, making for like obviously a real avoiding a guard that's designed to really avoid your hand going forward onto that blade. This comes in all sorts of different steels. So the G10 version of this is in S30V, yes, I think, and BD1. And then there's also sprint runs in CTS XHP. This is the Maximet lightweight version that also comes in BD1 and S110V. So all sorts of different steels in the Mannix platform. The US made Spydercos generally have a lot of the steel experimentation going on. It does have the wire clip, but it's the different wire clip. It's the wire clip that starts further down. It's not the deep carry wire clip, which is what the Chaparral has, and also the Sage. So a little bit different there on the clip. Obviously the scale is the FRN, which is a lot less nice of a material in terms of nice, but it's still a very functional material, of course. So that's that one there. Yeah, in terms of blade size, you get a fair bit more blade on the Mannix 2. Even in terms of cutting edge, you get a little bit more cutting edge. Blade thickness, about similar, pretty much the same. This is a tumbled finish because it's Maximet, but some of them come in different sort of machined finishes as well. Maximet, they stone wash it. I don't know why. I think it's about the only way you can treat it and have it look sort of half decent. Maximet is obviously a far different steel to S30V. That is quite a jump in terms of edge retention at least, and also different in terms of stain resistance and whatnot. I'll just put it next to a couple of others. This is next to the Delica. think I've already done that in the size comparison. Sage 5 is about the same size as the Delica. No forward finger choil. You can sort of hook your finger into this part, but it's a bit awkward. Lock back, slightly thinner blade. And yeah, just as a fairly different Spyderco. I mean, some people think all Spydercos look the same because of the hole, but you know, even the handle's quite different on the Delica. Let's have a look on the Spidey Chef. That's quite a different design. You can tell this is not a Glesser design. This is a, you know, this is a Yen, no, not a Yenzanso. Geez, who makes these? Marcin Swish design. So that's a lot different indeed. And then why not have, here we go, this is a Dragonfly. There we go. Dragonfly and HAP 40, much smaller, does have a forward finger choil, but again, handle's quite different, just simple, one single curve there. My finger usually my fourth finger usually hangs over here or hangs entirely off the edge, depending on how I'm holding it. Much smaller blade there. And what shits and giggles, chaparral and the Dragonfly. The chaparral is a little bit bigger than the Dragonfly. Handle is a little bit more stocky this way. The blades are about as thin as one another. In fact, I think the Dragonfly, no, you know what, I think it's just that top swedge makes the Dragonflies look thinner, but it's not. And the Dragonfly has a few different steels you can try, whereas the chaparral is still just CTS XHP, which is nothing to snort at all. So there you go, a few little Spyderco comparison videos, just because I've had a few questions, so hopefully that kind of does all of them at once. Oh, and why not bring out the Spyderco Police, which is the biggest Spyderco I have, Police 4, and just sort of put that at the top and see how they all go with the Police 4. Much bigger knife than pretty much everything else going. Alright guys, thanks, bye. Hope that was helpful. Yeah, I didn't intend for this to be a particularly well edited or well done video, more just to answer a couple of questions. Thanks.